Hello beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process, and today we are finally getting into the Taurus reading for 2023. So we're going to be looking at the remainder of the first half of 2023 and then the second half of 2023, which will kind of officially begin around summer solstice time. I know it has taken a while. I'm so grateful for your patience. I'm a Taurus sun myself, and so I've been waiting for this video as much as you all have. And to any other signs that are watching this, my apologies. You know I love you all, but in some ways we did kind of save the best for last, right? I think all my Tauruses will agree there. So this is going to be Taurus Sun, Venus, Moon, Rising, anyone with heavy placements in Taurus, or anyone who resonates strongly with Taurus energy. And if you were drawn to this reading for some reason, there is probably something here for you as well. Clear. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Remainder of the first half of 2023 for Taurus. And we're starting off here with my light workers and empaths tarot. It's got a bunch of different names. Tarot for light workers, empaths, starseeds, what have you. All the different labels that we use on this channel, all of the ways that we identify our glorious selves. It's all those things. So it's pretty cool. I'll show you the box here. So, all right, according to the box, I guess technically it's empaths, Reiki, and energy healers, but like we said, they're all labels that point to the same thing. All right. Taurus, first half, remainder of the first half of 2023. So the first card we have out for Taurus here is the Seven of Swords, Hidden Deceit. Ooh, interesting. All right. And the Fool, Fearless Beginnings. Interesting. Definitely an interesting combination of cards to come out here. So this feels like a deceptive new beginning, which is interesting. The Fool to me also represents Aries energy. So it's like starting something that is not quite what it seems, maybe. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this Seven of Swords here. You know, no, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. What I'm feeling from these first two cards is the Seven of Swords. So in this deck, they have like certain like meanings for the cards, what the cards are supposed to mean. But what I'm feeling from this is more that the Seven of Swords is relating to doing something differently. So what Taurus is being guided to do in this remainder of this first half of 2023, I'm just going to call it the first half because it's less of a mouthful to say as we're continuing with the reading here, is to start something new, to go about, to have the courage to do something in a new way. And with the Fool, which represents, like I said, Aries energy to me, I'm looking at this really right around the time frame that this video is being recorded, which is about a week before the vernal equinox and the new moon in Aries. So I'm feeling that energy really initiating now, or bringing through the impetus that's going to allow this to come to pass. So it's like doing something, approaching something from a completely different standpoint. And there is, with the Ace of Cups here, and the way I flipped it over, I'm not sure which way it was, but we're going to go with emotional introspection, because I like that for us. And I like the understanding here of how, like, what Spirit is saying, it's time for you to take the initiative, to make the effort, to do the thing that you've been contemplating, to make the move, so to speak. But make sure that you are taking the time to go within and really make sure that you are 100% clear on your own motives and intentions, your true desires, that you've taken stock of your fears, and you're not allowing those to hold you back. Because it says fearless beginnings. So where is there fear present in your life? Where is there something, some underlying emotion or motivation that still needs to be unmasked, that still needs to be understood, that may have be holding you back, or have been holding you back, or have the potential to hold you back as you move forward? Spirit really wants you to clear out any of that, to purge and release any of that emotional baggage and heaviness, any of those fears that still need to go, so that you're ready, you're really ready to move forward. The upright position of this card says emotional readiness. And I feel like that's the energy that I feel like there's probably been, up until this point, an energy of emotional introspection, where we've really been digging deep into all of these things, like I talked about, our fears, our motivations, our intentions, our true desires. And when we get to the point where we really know ourselves deeply, we really know our desires, and we're ready to move forward, then it's time to go. It's time to move. It's time to move on something, Taurus. And you have to be fearless. We have to be fearless. I feel like for a lot of us, this is something big. This is something big. We're embarking on a journey. You see how the Fool is standing on the mountaintop here? I feel like we have completed a long journey, but we're starting a brand new journey now. We're starting the next leg. We're starting the next chapter of our journey. We have lasting security, 10 of Pentacles coming out. So what we are beginning right now has the potential to create long-lasting security and stability for us. Financial security and stability as well. And there may be some risk involved. There may be some time, some energy that has to be dedicated, some sacrifices that have to be made in the short term to get to this long-term result, but it's worth it. Whatever it is that we are getting ready to pursue ultimately will supply us with what it is that we need. And you see all the hands overlapping here. I feel like this is going to also going to provide security and stability for those of us with families, for our family. I also feel like there's like a community aspect to this for some people, like a collaborative aspect. Some people may actually be wanting to start a community or start something community oriented, and that's really being supported here. The other thing that I'm noticing is you see how he's holding up his hand like that, and then we see how this hand is holding that cup. It almost feels like he could be holding that cup up to the sky if we were able to zoom in on his hand there. So I really like that. It's like that cheers kind of an energy, right? And I don't know why, but for some reason what I'm thinking of is a lot of you, those of you who are present on social media and stuff like that, you know how they have like all the Leonardo DiCaprio memes where he's like toasting, and it's always something funny and sarcastic, like to my haters or something like that. For some reason I'm thinking of a meme like that. Like, if there are people who have been kind of like in the wings judging, or they've had things to say, or there's been like just snarky people, or people who would have liked to see you fail, it's like kind of like toasting them or roasting them, so to speak, because I really feel for Taurus, this is a year where we take off in many, many respects. And there's so much fulfillment that's possible here. But we have to make sure that we stay in our integrity, and we have to make sure that we are constantly and consistently using our discernment, that we're remaining honest with ourselves and that we are only allowing the people in our circle who are also honest with us. And that we're not agreeing to anything without reading the fine print. We have the Tower inverted on the bottom of the deck, which is needed transition. Yeah, there's something big afoot, you guys. We're doing big things. All right, yeah, Wheel of Fortune, lucky twist of fate coming out here. See that rain? I love the rainbow too, down there. And then the Eight of Wands, accelerating quickly. And I feel like the Eight of Wands might have been inverted there, which is no traction. Let me feel into that for a second. Yeah, so I feel like what this was saying was like, where it feels like you've been kind of spinning your wheels lately, if you have been investing your time and energy, and it doesn't feel like much has been panning out, or the resources that you require just weren't quite there, either internal or external. I feel like that energy is about to shift rapidly. If we're willing to take the risk, if we're willing to do things differently, to approach a situation differently, to start something new, to take that gamble on ourselves, on our path, on our purpose, to put all our trust in ourselves and spirit, then I feel like, yeah, there's just a beautiful blessings and energies coming in for us. And everything starts moving. All right, let's get anything. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands, confident ambition. Yeah, you guys, on fire. This is what I'm talking about. It's like the guidance and the energy for Taurus moving through this first half of 2023 is walk into the room like you own it. All right? Own your energy, own your power. Be confident in yourself. Give yourself credit for the things that you've achieved, for the things that you've overcome, for the fact that you're still going, not just going, but going strong. Fire and water, those are the energies I'm feeling from that card. We got fire and water there. We've also got air. Right? So we got the creativity, the passion. We've got the intuition, the emotion. And we've got the inspiration, the communication, the ideas. And we are the earth, right? So we ground all of that down. We ground that in. Let's see, what else? I want to pull a couple Zodiac of the 108 cards for us to complement this. Clear. To close out this first half of 2023 here. What else? What else do we need to know here about this first half of 2023? And also just trust. We are going to be, as long as we do the emotional work, as long as we do the releasing, and we are really honest with ourselves, and we have really good stock of where we're at, what it is, how it is that we feel, everything that we talked about in the beginning. Like, we're gonna be really sitting pretty in a lot of ways. Where was I going with that? And things are just gonna flow. Okay, so trust what is coming into your reality, because everything you need, things are going to align, okay? So if it's not aligning, just know that it's not meant to be. And just trust that and move on. It's really that simple right now. I don't know, that was a whole bunch of cards that threw out there. I don't know. We'll see. I always put them back, and then I'm not supposed to. So we're gonna look at these. We got the water carrier here. This is like the Aquarian card. All right, humanitarian, compassion, caring for others, helpful, ethical, humane. We got the roadblock, which speaks for itself. We got the dice, taking that gamble. And then we have the universe coming out here. So there, I mean, this is, of course, the energy here of, I feel like what we've been trying to do, right? For some people, this has to do with finding balance. But for a lot of us, it's like the ways that we've been seeking to assist and be of service to humanity. All right. We've had some setbacks or some obstacles. Things haven't flowed as smoothly as we had expected, right? Or some what we perceived as setbacks, but they really weren't, Spirit saying. They weren't setbacks. Everything that happened had to happen the way that it happened. Those setbacks were actually setting us up. We just didn't see how. But now it's time to take that risk. It's time to take that gamble. And we're gambling on our connection to Source. We're gambling on the bigger picture. We're gambling on our creation, right? Our co-creation with Spirit. The slowdown that happened, right? The detour or the setback was important because it gave us that time to regroup. It gave us that time that we needed to, we needed some rest. You know, Taurus is one of the misnomers about Taurus energy, I think, is this energy like we're accused of being lazy, right? And obviously this depends on whatever else is in your chart too. But a lot of the Tauruses that I know are very motivated, especially when it comes to, and really only when it comes to what matters to us, right? When it matters, when it's important to us, when we value that whatever it is that we're doing or pursuing, we're all in. All right. Taurus can be a very all or nothing kind of an energy. Okay. But we need that recharge time. We need that time to be out in nature. We need that time to just sit and be, right? And some of us weren't taking that time. So for some of us, it's like that time was forced on us. But now there's movement again. Source is saying, see all of your setbacks from a higher perspective. Appreciate the slowdown because things are about to really start moving here. And be willing to gamble, to take that gamble, to take that that gamble that you're intuitively called to take. And then happening now, we have the map exploration, unknown territory and new territories, new perspectives. And the dynamite, passion, excitement, catalyst for change. All right. So this is like that, the tower energy right there too. Yeah. So we are, a way forward is being created here. And for some of us, it's like things might start popping off all at once. I've been feeling that energy already. I don't know about you guys. We haven't even hit the equinox yet. And everything has been there's just been so much happening. Yeah. So prepare yourself now. Try to get a game plan in place, but allow it to be fluid. All right? Don't get too locked into anything. Taurus, sometimes we have that energy to get locked into things, to fall into habit and routine, to like that structure and stability. I feel like there's a lot of stuff's going to be up in the air for us. There's going to be a lot of moving parts, and we just have to go with the flow. All right? We just have to follow the signs And we may not get the whole, we never get the whole map at once. We get the portion of the map that we need at a time. So we have to begin to learn to trust that. And to know that Spirit is going to be guiding us every step of the way. Anything else about the dynamite here? If there is something that you're trying to figure out right now, Taurus, the universe is sending you signs. The universe is essentially giving you a map. You just have to learn how to read it. All right, so go within to figure that out. We have the eyeglasses with the constellation. All right. So this is, let me feel into this for a second here. I feel like there's going to be a lot of connections coming in for you, Taurus. A lot of support, associates. You also are going to begin having a larger and larger influence yourself. But we want to make sure that we are clearly assessing all of our contacts, all of the people, the groups, the things that we're associated with. And we are making sure, once again, that none of this energy is present there. All right, that everyone is on the up and up, that we really are resonating and vibing with these people. That we're seeing situations clearly. As we are having a larger and larger influence and impact on the greater world at large, so to speak, we want to make sure that we are seeing clearly, right? That our own perspective and biases are not being passed on to the people that are following us, that are watching us, that are paying attention. Anything else here? We want to look at all the support systems in our lives. Are they truly supporting us? We have tools coming out with the Knight and the Slingshot. Yeah, so this is things really being set in motion here. Abilities, resources. Moving forward confidently, right? Honor. Yeah, launching ourselves forward. And there may be some, and with that person of air on the bottom here, the great mentalist, we're going to need to not only utilize our logic, remember, air, fire, and water here, not only utilize our intuition here, but also our logic moving forward. Our discernment, like we said. Staying in our integrity. A lot of us, and I don't think this is anything new, right? We've had a cause, or we've had something, right, that we were committed to. And it's like that commitment deepens, and we get the resources to really make progress with whatever it is that we were wanting to do, whatever cause. And for most of us, or many of us on here, right, the cause is the creation of the new earth, the ascension, clear, awakening humanity. Bringing together, connecting, clear, the light bearers. Right, empowerment, and it could be any number of things, right? But these are some of the things, some of the causes coming to mind. And so we've already had that, but we're going to get more resources and ability to make even more of a difference, is what it feels like, in whatever way it is that we are desiring to make a difference. Clear. or whatever it is that we're desiring to do. Not every single Taurus watching this, that's not necessarily the cause that you are rallying behind. The cause could be your own and your family's own stability and security, right? Whatever it is that you are passionate about, whatever it is that you are initiating and starting, there's a lot of powerful energy and momentum and resources behind you to do that coming through in this first half of 2023. So recognize those, take advantage of those, be discerning with those. All right, let's get into the second half now. What are we going to do for the second half? I'm feeling the Astro Star codes here. So we're going to start out with that for the second half of 2023 here. Astro Star codes Oracle. Clear. Let's get some cards out for Taurus second half of 2023. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. All right. So we have the 5th house coming out with the 1st house and the Descendant. All right, so the 5th house, this is creativity, this is passion, this is pleasure. The 1st house, this is the house of the self, right? It says arrival is the key word on this card. So this is all about, this is the Aries house. This is all about the new beginnings. This is the Leo house here. So we got 2 fire houses on the table. And the Descendant, which is the 7th house. The other house that Venus rules, right? The Libra house. Let's feel into this a little bit with this 1st house card. All right. So this is all about the energy that we exude. All right. This is about the impression that we make on people. So during the second half of 2023, we're getting an opportunity, we're getting an invitation here to really begin to notice and understand the way that our energy is perceived and received by others. Some people may get involved in a relationship here. There's some sort of relationship. It may be romantic. It could be a business partnership. It could be any type of intimate or one-on-one close relationship with another person that really helps them to understand more how it is that they are seen and viewed in the world by others, how it is that others react and respond to their energy, and where the and it's kind of like that line of like where the responsibility lies. Like, what is my responsibility as far as the way that my energy is received by others? All right. You know, I'm not meant to change who I am in order to suit others. Please, absolutely not, right? But is there a way that I could be interacting, or a way that I could be getting my message across that would reach more people? Right? Like, am I alienating people sometimes? Am I coming forward with this passion card here? Am I coming forward too aggressively sometimes? Is there a way to, what can I learn about myself through the way that my energy is perceived and received? What can I learn about myself through my interactions with others? Yeah, the 5th house can also be the house of dating. So this definitely, children, dating, passion, projects, hobbies, all of these, creativity, of course, all of these things are ruled by the 5th house. So some people could be very much getting involved in a relationship, like a romantic relationship, and learning some things about themselves through that process. The Descendant also can represent our shadow side. Right? The Ascendant, which is connected to the 1st house, is like what we put out there into the world. right? The descendant is what's more hidden, oftentimes even from ourselves. So we're really, like, there's some powerful revelations here. Tell me anything else. Opposition, confrontation on the bottom here. Yeah, so there may be some disagreements with people or some sticky situations that call us to really review and look at how it is that we are coming across to people, how much responsibility we bear for the conflicts in our lives. And vice versa, right? Then we have the North Node coming out, future. All right, beautiful energy here. Tell me some more. We have communication, third house here. This is the house that Gemini and Mercury rule. So during the second half of 2023 as well, we are receiving information regarding our future. Some people, I feel like this may actually come in the form of like a psychic reading that you get. Maybe an astrological reading or a psychic reading. Just information that you receive in a vision from your own guides, your team of light, something like that. Or like some sort of offer coming through, or some sort of knowledge or communicate. Like if you've been waiting on something or someone, like you've applied for something, a job, or you've applied for to be accepted into like a graduate program or something. Some of you, it's like you were seeking a mentor, and you asked somebody to assist you, but you hadn't really heard anything back, and you hadn't made any headway on that, and perhaps had even given up on it and thought that wasn't going to happen. The communication of that comes through. We got Pluto rebirth on the bottom of the deck here. I love this. But debilitated discomfort. All right. So there may be an uncomfortable rebirthing for some during the second half of 2023 as well. But it's always a little bit uncomfortable when we're shifting and changing, right? We had Aquarius, the Aquarius card under that. We have that Pluto and Aquarius transit going on from now until 2044. When this video comes out, the Pluto won't quite be in Aquarius. On the 23rd is when he enters, and there's a video on that as well. I definitely recommend checking that out if we haven't yet. Yeah, communication, deeper understanding about our future. And for many people, like your life purpose, the North Node isn't just about, like, the North Node is about the energy that we're seeking to learn and embody in this lifetime. And for many people, that energy, one of the energies that we are here to learn how to work with, to master, so to speak, in this lifetime, has to do with communication. And this is where this energy that came up in the beginning, right, of the second half of 2023, about the way that we're perceived, the way that people receive the information that we're attempting to relay to them, the way that they receive our energy, that's all tying into this learning how to be a master communicator. Communication and perspective, right? Third house is all about the mind, the ways that the mind works. So that also includes our perspective and any biases that we may have in our own perspective. We may be surprised by what we find out this year as far as the ways that our own perspective is sort of tainted. So we're really working with mastering this art of communication and perception this year. And then we have Saturn structure coming out. Saturn now in the sign of Pisces. I'm feeling called to tell some Tauruses to look up the Pisces section of your natal chart, to pay attention to where Saturn may be aspecting Saturn and Pisces may be aspecting some of your planets, or what part of your natal chart Saturn is moving through. And if you guys want to take a deeper look into that, that is one of the different services that I offer. Check out my website and the information in the description box below. We're being asked to create the structures that really support our future. We are creating those structures. And we're learning more about how it is that we can continue to build and construct this strong foundation for ourselves. Tell me more about Saturn's energy here. No, I want to use this deck. I was torn for a second. Tell me more about Saturn's energy here. Clear. Taurus, second half of 2023. Give me some clarification on the Saturn card. 10th house, which Saturn rules on the bottom of the deck there. Authority. The mark that we leave on the world. Taurus, we're really focused this year. If we're not already, I know many of us, myself included, have been focused for quite some time on the mark we're leaving on the world, on that 10th house energy. But this year is all about that energy. What kind of change do we want to enact or initiate in our own lives and in the world at large? All right, we got the 9 of Wands here, which represents many things, but can represent fortitude, spiritual fortitude. I'm feeling that from the 9 of Wands right now. We've also got the Knight of Pentacles coming out here. So this is like the Knight of Pentacles, they call the slowest moving knight in the deck. All right, he is earth energy. So there is our energy there. All right, he's consistent. And this is a theme, and this is something that Taurus is really good at. Consistent, concerted effort. All right, there's a lot of fast-paced energy coming in at us. And everyone, right, during 2023, especially that first half. So with all of that change, all of that powerful energy, so much happening in that first half, we may need to slow it down a little bit in the second half. We may need to pace ourselves. Remember, this is a marathon, not a race. We're not trying to compete with anybody else. It doesn't matter. There is no finish line either, right? There is no end to this. All right? Most of us, the path that we're committed to, it doesn't end. All right? So there's no finish line to race to. This is a journey. It's going to take time. We have to make sure that we have the stamina, the spiritual stamina, and the physical, emotional stamina, the mental stamina to continue this journey. So pace yourself, prioritize, create the structures that help you to keep your own cup full. And yes, be discerning, but don't necessarily block every offer that comes in. I'm feeling that energy for somebody here. But really be discerning. We are being asked to be discerning. Like you notice, he's definitely discerning in this picture, right? He looks not so welcoming. Really, we don't want to go to that extreme, but be discerning. And notice how he is staring at this pentacle. He's really examining it, right? So examine everything. Is the effort required for this? The sacrifice required for this worth it? Is this going to bring me closer to my ultimate goal, to my big picture? All right, and if we don't know what that ultimate goal is, this second half of 2023, really right now, we don't have to wait for the second half, is a great time to establish what that is. Right? Is that bringing me closer to my big picture? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Is this what I truly want? Does this truly align with me, with my morals, with my ethics, with my heart, right? With my soul? Then we got the 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck here. This is celebration. This is rejoicing, coming together, reunion. Give me a little bit more energy on the 3 of Cups, please, if necessary. Or anything else that we want more energy around. right, so we got the Devil and the Three of Swords here. That's kind of why I wanted more information here with the Two of Pentacles. So I feel for some people, there's going to be someone or something attempting to come back into your reality in the second half of 2023. Something that brings a lot of pain. Something or someone that brings a lot of pain. All right, this is a temptation. And I would say for most of us, this is not a temptation worth entertaining. For some people, if substance abuse has been an issue for you, there may be energy of that coming back into your reality, where those old habits, perhaps because there's so much happening, the overwhelm, this is why it's so important to take care of ourselves. All right? Because if we don't, we may stray back to these old ways of kind of like relieving the tension, so to speak. We don't want to do that. For some people, it's like so much success. If a lot of good stuff starts happening, sometimes that self-sabotage switch can start trying to flip. Okay? For other people, this is the person or the situation trying to come back into your reality. So we want to be really wary of that. We want to make sure that we are blocking everything except that which is for our highest good. And we want to make sure we're not taking on too much. That's why it's so important to really focus. All right? Have one or two specific goals and put everything else to the side. What is most important? What is your true passion, your true purpose? And what is detracting from that? Some Tauruses, we're going to have to keep it that simple. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking at the Three of Swords card right now. And notice how there are two swords that are the same color on the handle and one that's a different color. For some reason, I'm thinking of that, one of my favorite songs by Fiona Apple. I absolutely love her. Especially her first album. It was so good. Her first couple albums. And there's a song called Shadow Boxer that she does. One of her best songs, in my opinion. And there's a line in there, once my flame and twice my burn. For some reason, that's making me think of that. So I feel like whatever this situation or this person coming back into your life is, you've already given them a couple chances, or you've already danced with this particular devil a couple different times. So it's like, do you want to dance a third time? Right, Three of Cups, a third time. Give me anything else here. Anything else Taurus needs to know regarding this. Got the Hierophant, so this is our card. So this is us stepping into our energy, right? This also represents a spiritual lesson to me when I see Taurus energy. So this decision of whether or not to indulge in this energy, there's a big lesson here. If we choose to indulge in this, it's going to be a very uncomfortable lesson. If we have to, and by indulge in this, I mean if we choose to learn this lesson again. We can choose to go through it again, or we can decide that we've already learned it and move on. Judgment on the bottom of the deck. Call to action. This can also represent resurrection. Tell me anything else here. Get the King of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Wands. It's an opportunity missed here. An opportunity for healing missed. That's what I'm feeling with Temperance reversed on the bottom of the deck here. Or there's the potential for an opportunity for healing missed. And so this could mean that in this situation here, there is healing possible. But it doesn't necessarily mean like allowing for the same situation to happen again. I feel like the healing is in being clear and decisive, having clear and firm boundaries. It's like being able to discern what the lesson is. Tell me more. Why is the Three of Wands here? Strength. Queen of Wands. Ten of Swords on the bottom. Six of Swords right here. Inverted. Yeah, we're really going to have our wits about us in the second half of 2023 here. The strength, there's a cycle that's coming up again that wants to be completed. It's going to be up to each and every single one of us to figure out what action completes the cycle for us. What action allows us to sit and stand in our power. And I feel like with the Six of Swords inverted here, it's sort of like this energy is going to throw us off our game a little bit. It's going to throw us off our center, and part of our mission is to figure out how to get back to our center here. Got the Five of Swords, which to me represents victory or surrender. Perhaps both, right? The victory and surrender. Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there could be some sticky relationship situations going on for people in this second half of 2023 here. Do we have any final cards on that? Any final cards on that? Got the Empress and the Six of Wands. All right, this is ultimate victory here. This is the other card that represents Taurus energy, right? The Empress. So ultimately, as long as we follow our intuition, we follow our heart, we use our discernment, we will be victorious. And we will complete this year. We will come out of all of the highs and the lows of this year victorious. Really being recognized for our nurturing capacity, for our creations, our ability to create. Just like a huge victory also, an upgrade for our divine feminine. that aspect of our nature. I just saw the Ten of Cups as I was shuffling there. Just saw it again. And again. So if that's not confirmation, and again, I don't know what is. It could just be the way I'm holding the deck right now. Five of Pentacles inverted, overcoming adversity, overcoming confusion with the moon there. Ten of Pentacles, or Ten of Cups again and again. Yeah, there is so much beauty, so much overcoming of adversity, overcoming of loss, death there, transformation. All right. Hermit, Justice. Got a couple inverted cards there, but clear. Yeah, all around really good stuff, you guys. We're ending with the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Magnetism, victory, charisma, success. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I want to pull a Gateway of Light activation card. And then I'm going to pull a closing card. Do a closing reading. I wanted to do some manifestation cards for us too. Clear. I'll see. I might have time. Or maybe we'll close with those. Let's get an activation card for Taurus 2023. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. Activation card for Taurus 2023. One more. All right, we got a couple. We got the Soul Star activation coming out first. Fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. That's beautiful energy right there. Got the Merkaba up here. Get the Horus energy in this card, right? So the Soul Star, that would be the first of the chakras above the crown. Really bringing in that divine knowledge. Bringing in, integrating more of our soul truth. Our soul memory. So that we have a clearer understanding of who we truly are. Operating from that expanded perspective. Fulfilling soul contracts. This isn't just, when we say soul contracts, a lot of times we think about our contracts with people, right? But this is soul contracts in general, the contracts, the reasons that we came into this incarnation. It's like I see us just checking off boxes right now. That North Node energy, right? Really moving with passion and purpose. Fulfilling and stepping more fully into our soul's blueprint. That's what I feel for us with that card. Crystal Skull, Wisdom, Clarity, Divine Healing, High Vibrational Energy. Really raising, rocketing our vibration this year. That's why it's so important, especially with some of those old energies come through in the second half of 2023. It's so important that we do not allow ourselves to descend into that behavior, back into those old storylines and habits. All right, because our vibration is like, just let it keep going up. Don't allow it to get pulled back down. Then sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, sexuality. So an activation of that sacral for us. This is where our divine feminine energy rests, right? So I love that. Really tapping into our beautiful sacredness. For some, working with sacred sexuality. Our creativity, right, exists during this in this chakra as well. I'm also feeling this energy just in general of us needing to make sure that we are creating and tending to that sacred space. That we have that sacred space to retreat to recharge. And there's like a getting in touch with our vulnerability. We are so empowered at this point that it feels safe to begin to be vulnerable. All right, and it's so important. That's part of our lesson, part of our journey in 2023 is learning how to become vulnerable. Learning how to truly connect with ourselves, with others. Connecting with our soul on a whole other level. Energies from our cosmic messages, from our cosmic art team, our team of light. our ancestors. We're just like getting connected all over the place, you guys. I love it. Yeah, the Emerald Tablet activation on the bottom of the deck here. Divine Alchemy, I love that. Conscious manifesting, really becoming conscious creators this year. All right, let's do, yeah, with the conscious manifesting, I do want to pull. I think that's a little poke to pull from the manifestation Moonology deck. Let's get a couple cards here. Clear. Taurus, second half of 2023. Or 2023 in general, we'll say manifesting, guidance on manifesting and creating. On becoming the conscious creator. This is also knowledge coming in. Lots of knowledge this year. Self-knowledge. Cosmic knowledge. Knowledge. All the knowledge that we are seeking, we shall find. Or we shall be given the tools with which to seek this year. So we have last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. So this is that energy to continue to remember, to continue to take those pauses, to be that Knight of Pentacles, to take those breaks to recharge. All right, yeah, we'll take that. Full moon in Pisces, wanting to fall out there, forgive. Forgiveness of the self, forgiveness of others. I'm feeling forgiveness of self really strong here. This is also like the energy of like, if we do get involved in conflicts or intense situations with others, take that breath. Take that time to respond instead of react. And practice that art of compassion, tolerance, and forgiveness. Learn to see ourselves in other people's shoes. To have that empathy, right? Without getting attached. But to be that empathetic and loving soul that we are. Scorpio, last quarter moon in Scorpio, we got 3 water signs out here. All 3 water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Some people may go camping this year, though. You may really want to submerge yourself in nature for a little while. Reveal what needs to be seen, last quarter moon in Scorpio. And we are going to have one final eclipse in our sign this year. Along that Taurus-Scorpio axis, we're going to have a pair of eclipses. We are also, of course, going to have the North Node will remain in our sign until July, when it will shift into Aries. We also have Jupiter moving into our sign at the end of May. Mid-May to the end of May. All right, so a lot of powerful astrology, as well as, of course, Uranus still in our sign for many years to come. So a lot of powerful astrological energy. That Jupiter coming into our sign is a beautiful, beneficial energy. That's where we see a lot of those resources coming in, right? These divine blessings. Uranus is, of course, what continues to keep us on our toes. Shifts and changes. Yeah, just a lot of action in the sign of Taurus this year, you guys. So the moons, I feel, especially that set of eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio, but really all the moons this year, they are going to be showing us and revealing to us the things that we need to see and understand. Particularly when it comes to our shadow side, when it comes to our perspective, the way we see the world, the way that we communicate and interact with others. There's just going to be a lot within the self that perhaps we had not seen or recognized previously that needs to be seen and understood in order for us to continue to be successful. On the bottom of the deck, we have Trust All Will Be Well, New Moon in Virgo. We may also be shown where it is that we still lack forgiveness for ourselves or another. There's some powerful purging energy here. We will experience some bouts of that. All right, we have Trust the Universe, first quarter moon in Aquarius coming out with new moon in Aquarius. Open up to change. All right. So when these changes come through, and some of these, like we said, are going to be rapid fire for some, just continue to trust the universe, could trust what the universe is moving in and trust what the universe is moving out. Allow, you may, some of us Tauruses, we may end 2023 in a completely different position than we began. I mean, completely. Different job, different home, different city or state or country, even for some people. Different, like just so radically different than where things are right now. All right, so be prepared, buckle up, and try not to resist, because just know, for a lot of us, it's like whatever's coming about, whatever's happening, these changes are taking us to exactly where we wanted to be. I feel like for some Tauruses, it's like we've been seeking to manifest certain things for a period of time now, and we have been that Knight of Pentacles, just steadily plodding along. This year is going to reveal to us everything that is blocking us from achieving those manifestations, help us to achieve the healing we need to move through those blocks, and then boom. It's, for some of us, it's like everything that we've been working on for years and years, for some people it feels like even decades, is going to come in. By the end of this year, beginning of next year. Aries season next year, I want to say, for some reason, for some. All right? But that radical change cannot happen if we do not allow it. So let the universe work its magic here. Hang on for the ride. There may be times where it's really important to remember this message of trusting in the universe, because it's the way things are being aligned for us. It may look like a complete mess at some points. We're not going to necessarily see the end goal the whole time. All right. So there may be some intimidating moments. There may be some scary moments. There may be some moments where we're questioning our sanity, where we're really questioning the universe, and it's looking like things are going really badly. But what this energy is saying is that they're actually going perfectly. And they're getting you right where you want to be. You just got to open up. You just got to allow. Let the change happen. Embrace it. Embrace the changes within. Embrace the changes without. And first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. A lot of water energy here, all right? So we want to stay really in touch with our emotional body, with our divine feminine nature, with that aspect of our nature this year. We want to really be cognizant of our emotional space, what's going on in our emotional space, what's coming up that wants to be released, allowing that process of feeling and healing it and letting it move through us. Don't let emotions get trapped or stay trapped in your being. All right, keep doing lots of energy work. We got release your blocks on the bottom of the deck, Scorpio card here. More water energy, first quarter in Scorpio. These are three key initiatives, if you will, for 2023 for Taurus. Honor your open to change, honor your feelings, release your blocks, and trust the universe. If we do those 4 things, we're going to be fine. Attuned to the divine, new moon in Pisces, more water energy, you guys, come on. And that would be number 5, right? Attuned to the divine. There we go. That's it. That's all we need. That's all we need to do. And we're going to be golden. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and let me know. If you know any Tauruses that this would resonate with, or that you feel would just enjoy this reading, go ahead and share it with them. Anyone who still wants to be entered into the drawing for the Intuit Tarot, which I almost used during this reading, but I didn't use, go ahead and look up the video for that on instructions on how to enter that. If you're watching this before the equinox, that contest is still ongoing. If you want to book a personal healing, a personal reading, an astrology session with me, any of the things that I do, my website and all the information is down in the description box below. If you feel so moved to donate to this channel, there are links to do so in the description box below, as well as a thanks button now on this video. But just know your likes, your shares, your subscribes, all of that is as good as a donation. I love you. I appreciate you. You are beautiful. Have an amazing 2023, and I will talk to you soon.